Nice local.
Tonight on Border Patrol, a bag of strange fibres
What's this?
leads to a showdown at customs.
I want to know why I'm here. That's why. So don't be arrogant.
There is a suspicious bag in an unusual place.
What's over here? What is it?
You sure? I'll take it off and wait till someone claims it.
And bizarre equipment.
That's what explosives every time we fly.
Keeps MPI guessing.
Okay, what was that used for?
In Auckland, it's the height of summer, the busiest time of year for the airport, seeing over 11,500 passengers coming through the airport every day from all over the world. Customs are on high alert, and this Argentinian man's suspicious profile has seen him diverted into the customs search area.
How you doing? Good? Nice local. Yeah.
And what brings you to New Zealand?
I would like to see a World Cup. There is a World Cup in New Zealand. Right?
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a World Cup.
Which team are you supporting?
I'm supporting Argentina.
Yes.
I support in Italy. And I support in the United States.
Surely such an avid fan would have some good seats reserved.
Do you have any World Cup tickets?
No, my friends, I think they have extra, or I'm gonna get it online because I got an online reservations.com.
Who's your friend?
Sergio Bodino.
Sergio Bettino.
Sí.
Okay. So where are you staying while you're in New Zealand?
Where I'm staying?
Yeah.
The hotel my friends reserve. I have the reservation in my cell phone.
You have the reservation?
In an email.
But it's not just the lack of bookings that raises further questions.
So when did you purchase your ticket?
Online.
When did you purchase it?
Yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning. So was that that would have been an expensive ticket?
I know.
Yeah? How much did you pay for it?
$3,700.
US?
Yes.
$3,700.
Because I decided yesterday morning.
Last-minute plane tickets, although sometimes legitimate, can also indicate suspicious activity.
I just decided yesterday everything is on my friend's hands.
His story seems a little thin, and that's not all.
What's this?
That is bats, fibers.
If somebody is concealing internally, they've swallowed something, they will often use some kind of laxative or refuge or something to help them pass it.
At Air Cargo in Auckland, Tony is tracking down suspicious packages arriving via freight.
The weight of the goods and the price declared just didn't seem to add up. Usually this type of stuff does indicate GBL, which is a Class B drug. GBL is used as a cleaner, but it's also known as fantasy.
GBL also metabolizes in the human body into the dangerous drug GHB, and in high doses can render someone unconscious quickly.
We'll use what's called the street lab machine, and we'll test the liquid, and hopefully it'll come back with a positive result.
Let's do it.
But is Tony's hunch right? Back at the airport, all manner of fishy food, medical contraptions and strange souvenirs are brought into New Zealand tucked away in people's luggage. But the difference between getting in trouble or not is declaring what you're packing. In Auckland, Biosecurity Inspector Homi Yon is preparing to search a couple who've come up as high risk on the MPI radar.
One as a veterinarian, the other as a scientist. So that would be interesting. They could be on a field trip, they're visiting a farm. Are these needles, have they been used on animals?
Yes.
They have?
Yep.
And you have put them through Vercon solution?
No, those have been autoclaves.
Any equipment that hasn't been sterilised by the strong disinfectant Vercon or been in an autoclave for high-pressure steam cleaning carries with it the threat of disease to livestock here.
What animal were you dealing with?
This is with goats.
Goats.
Yeah.
That's pretty serious-looking equipment. Just what have these two been doing with goats?
We do embryo transfer on livestock. America has this huge industry of show goats, so yeah, they conduct artificial breeding and embryo transfer on their goats. Quite a small niche market.
So exactly where is this high demand for premium show goats?
We've spent the whole month in Texas, out in the rural areas, places you never thought you'd ever go.
And places the goats probably thought they'd never go either. Equipment is stashed throughout the luggage, so is there the chance that something has missed disinfection?
And what have I got in this red bag?
I can't actually remember, but it's
You don't
a big
remember?
bag.
Bags and animals are creating a buzz in Queenstown too. But in this case, it's MPI dog Ulrich, and he's on the hunt for bags hiding food.
Good boy. Hello. Thank you. Ulrich, this one.
It's Ulrich's job to sniff out any food that passengers could be bringing into the country. From sweets to savoury, Ulrich's nose never misses anything.
So I don't know whether he could smell that. It's got magnesium in it.
Possibly could.
Yeah, it could be.
Well
Good
done.
dog.
The arrival hall is packed, but it doesn't stop Ulrich.
What's that one? What's that one? Yeah, what is it? Is there anything in there? You sure? Where is it? I'll grab the suitcase and take it off and wait till someone claims it and ask them if there's any food in it.
But just whose suitcase is it? And what's inside that has caught Ulrich's attention? MPI dog Ulrich is having a very successful day. He's already found a suspicious-smelling suitcase on the baggage carousel.
You sure?
With the suitcase unclaimed, it's a waiting game to see who owns this suspicious luggage.
My bag, but I thought I took it out.
Finally, its owners claim their bag.
Definitely. The dog just indicated and he's trying to find food, and I was just wondering if there's anything in there? Any food? No, that's okay. Can I just mark one of your cards for you? No, that's okay.
So you've ticked no to all food items?
I had forgotten that my father purchased this fruit and beef jerky while we were in Australia.
Okay.
Into his bag, so that's why I took no.
Okay. Passion fruit might be?
Forgetting food items is a red flag to MPI. But was it a genuine mistake or something more dodgy?
When the yellow tag came up, I couldn't think what could it have been that he would have put in the bag, and then I remembered he had bought this beef jerky a couple of days ago, and that must have been it.
Great. And what's the origin of the beef jerky? Was it in Australia?
It was.
The pair have flown from Toronto on their first trip to New Zealand for a conference. But have they confessed to all their contraband?
Any idea where this passion fruit might be? Or the beef jerky?
In the corners, I think.
In the corners? Okay. These are the passion fruit. Okay, so there's our jerky there. There's a lime as well. Did you remember that?
That lemon, yeah, and passion fruit.
And the passion fruit.
Passion
Okay.
fruit, lime, and some beef jerky.
Okay.
Ulrich was right on the money. Seeds were also found.
Just the seeds. Okay.
The growing fruit collection might appear harmless, but can carry microscopic diseases that could devastate our flora and fauna.
It's unusual that they know the location of where the fruit was in their bag. It's a wee bit of a worry, but it was nice that they were honest at a risk assessment and said that they had these items.
So who's going to take the rap?
Well, I didn't pack it, so my father packed it, and I didn't realize that he had it there.
I recommend that you keep your food in your hand luggage so it's easy and accessible, and obviously not, through your luggage, because it's easy to mistake it or forget it.
Right.
Because the repercussion through X-ray is a $400 fine for any forgotten food.
It's an education and actually in itself, knowing what the rules and regulations are and not being aware of it, and it's important.
Their honesty has avoided them a hefty fine.
Oh, sorry about that.
Hey, that's okay. We learn these things, and it's your first visit, so...
Learning experience.
Exactly.
But it turns out they really should know better.
I'm a biologist, and so I understand how easy it is to introduce new species whose effects you don't know. And so it makes sense to me that nations, especially island nations, need to protect their local flora and fauna.
Dad is philosophical about his slip-up.
Well, in life, you know, things happen. You know, we make mistakes. We don't want to make them all the time. We just don't make them again.
And there's one more thing Dad has been concealing too.
I used to work in customs. Really? Yes, in the Caribbean. That used to be my job, so.
He's away with a warning this time.
Keep smiling. Thank you, sir.
And it's Ulrich he's got to thank.
That Ulrich indicating the result may have been different with infringement or further prosecution.
It's a job well done for top detective Ulrich.
Yeah, great. Yeah, good.
Before he's off to sniff out the next success story. Up in Auckland, Mariano is claiming to be a keen rugby fan here to see Argentina play during the Rugby World Cup. But is he genuine?
So when did you purchase your ticket?
Oh, yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning. What's this?
A strange bag of roughage has been found that could be used to help someone smuggle drugs internally.
It's not normal to find bags of roughage in people's luggage.
And his group of friends who are handling his World Cup tickets and accommodation don't seem to exist.
Okay, this is the issue here. Sergio Bodino is not in the country. He's not in New Zealand.
He's not here. What's the difference if I came to New Zealand as a tourist?
Your risk still remains because you've told me one thing and now you're changing your story and telling me something else.
No, I don't change any story. The only reason I'm here because Sergio Bodino invited me to come here.
Well, all we can do...
I talked to them 15 hours ago. No, I talked to them. They were on the airport in Argentina, getting to the plane, going to Chile, going to New Zealand. And even if they didn't get here, the reservation has to be under their name.
But that's the problem, we can't find it. So we cannot verify the story that you've given me.
Okay, go try Monopoly. Maybe
so
Monopoly.
I will go and check Daniel Monopoly.
So with one friend looking non-existent, Mariano rolls the dice on Mr. Monopoly.
At least now you explain me why I'm here.
There's a lot of scenarios here. There's the drug side, there's the immigration side, there's smuggling side. There's a lot of things to be discussed.
But there's no evidence of Mr. Monopoly either. So Catherine gets serious with Mariano.
I'm going to ask you outright. Do you have anything on your person? Do you have any items concealed on your body at all? My concern is that you may be concealing something on your body. Do you have anything on your body?
Like what? Hair?
Like drugs?
No, I don't have drugs. I don't have guns.
Do you use drugs?
No, I don't use drugs.
Have you ever used drugs?
No, I never use drugs.
Chief Customs Officer Stephen is called in to handle the potentially explosive situation. Now a drug surge is seeming more likely.
No.
Why did you not plan and book ahead?
Because I never expect to come.
The constant questioning seems to be getting to a very jet-lagged Mariano.
What that means? I don't know why you look so... Do you understand me?
Yeah,
I am a tourist. I come to your country. I support your World Cup.
Yes.
I support your war. I support your country. It's a beautiful country. And I want to know why I'm here. That's why.
I've explained
so
to you,
don't be
sir.
arrogant. Okay, if you tell me, okay, we open your case, your suitcase, and there is a 9mm, it's okay. I say, okay, let's talk. But man, I came to see a rugby World Cup. Because I buy a ticket at 24 hours earlier. What is the point? What is the problem? Oh, you want to know?
With the training they receive, as well as dealing with thousands of travellers every day, customs officers can identify those at the border who fall outside typical traveller behaviour and could pose a risk.
It's unusual. For us from customs, we see people all day. We consider that as unusual because we are wondering. You're saying you come to the rugby. We need to know if that's the real reason you're coming to New Zealand or not. We have to satisfy yourself you're not bringing drugs or you've come to New Zealand for some other reason.
Did you find them?
And the baggage? No.
Nothing.
His bags are clean of drugs, but the suspicion remains, so it's time to move to the next stage.
I can get naked right now, my friend.
No, there's no need for that. Sit down, that's fine. But you understand where we're coming from. I told you before, we also have concerns with people coming to New Zealand, they may have drugs around their body and things like that. So what we propose to do, no, just leave it like that, it's fine. What we propose, we just want a personal search in the room there.
Unbelievable. You still think I have something I came to New Zealand for another reason.
Which is, as I said to you, Sue, it's unusual. Like you said, you just decided yesterday to book the ticket.
A leaking box at Air Cargo has been discovered, and Senior Customs Officer Tony thinks it could be carrying the illegal drug GBL. He's taking it for testing to see if his hunch is right.
Just for safety's sake, I'm going to wear a respirator and put on these gloves, which shouldn't melt when we come in contact with the liquid, just in case.
Overdoses of the chemical GBL causes irrational behaviour, severe sickness, coma, and even death.
I can even smell it through the respirator. It's really strong.
When converted into GHB, this liquid can be used to spike people's drinks.
Definitely confirmed as GBL.
It's a great intercept from Tony. The box contained 30 litres of this dangerous drug, which would have sold for thousands of dollars on the street.
Treated with very
Over at the airport, Biosecurity Inspector Homi Yon is rising to the challenge posed by a pair of travelling goat inseminators who are back from a work trip.
And what have I got in this red bag?
I can't actually remember, but it's...
You don't remember?
But there is one bag the otherwise meticulous vet is having a brain freeze over.
Pillow.
That's what it is.
Okay. That's your pillow, is it?
Got to look after my neck when I'm working.
Okay.
Well, you stay in a different hotel every night, and the size of the pillow varies from that to that. It's nice to have your own.
So Vet John has had his creature comforts taken care of, but were the goats so lucky?
Okay, what was that used for?
It's an isoflurane vaporizer and part of an anaesthetic machine.
Right.
Good news. No animals were harmed in the making of this border crossing.
Good job. What's inside this parcel, sir?
It's a microscope.
Right. Was that used as well?
Yes.
It's a used item? Yeah. Have you got the slides and other bits and parts of...
I haven't. We don't bring back any used slides or anything like that.
So is it just the microscope,
Just the microscope
itself?
Yeah.
Animal tissue, no matter how minuscule, is a potential danger to our local industry. And these guys have been dealing with goats at the nano level.
That's a freeze machine. We freeze embryos in. It's not got any contact with animals.
Animal embryos in this one?
Yes.
You did? Okay.
Straws, yeah.
You've got the whole lot, haven't you? Well,
These guys are real pros, but even work footwear could be carrying disease.
These shoes, though, I haven't Burconned. I normally...
what shoes are they? Are they your...
They're my work shoes.
Okay, I think we're all done. I'm going to disinfect your running shoes that you used on the field.
But there's still one particularly strange item of luggage.
Gets a lot of attention in the airport, so I have to carry it on. So, yeah, it's a bit interesting going through America with this.
They swap it for explosives.
All the time.
You make the connection there. I'm not sure what it is, but they swap it for explosives every time we fly.
Not surprising with its missile-like casing. This type of equipment and luggage is exactly what make MPI inspections so vital at the border.
This would be the high-risk people. They're in and out of the country. They visit different farms in all parts of the world, and they could be back from a country that unwanted disease are present at the moment in those areas sometimes.
In the lab, the work shoes are dipped in Virkon to sterilise away any bacteria or disease. And it's the one exception for these vigilant passengers.
I wish we had all passengers like that. That would be good. Here you are.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for declaring your items.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for caring about declaring.
Now the goats of New Zealand can rest assured that any future vet-assisted hanky-panky will be contamination-free. Down at Customs, there is reasonable cause to suspect an Argentinian man might be carrying drugs. After nothing suspicious was found in his bags, the search has taken a serious turn.
We just want a personal search on the room there, just to take the photo.
Okay, but I want my money in my pocket.
Pardon?
I want my money in my pocket.
Yeah.
Customs Officer Scott will be carrying out the personal search on the man, with another officer also present.
Go towards that door there, thank you.
The personal search continues for 10 minutes. And a very subdued Mariano is back.
Negative result.
Okay.
There was nothing unusual in the personal search at all, and he was very cooperative. So.
Nothing was found, and it was unfortunate for Mariano that a search was necessary to rule out drugs.
Yep.
However, he does not see it this way. But at the very last minute, Mariano spots a familiar face.
Sergio, ¿qué hace?
¿Viste lo que es?
Y Sergio Bodino. ¿Ustedes recién llegan? Hace 3 horas que están acá.
Ya me contaron.
This was the friend he needed to verify his story. The late timing is devastating. If Mariano does ever return, perhaps next time he'll make more robust plans and not pack a digestive aid.